Hello everybody, today we're going to be beginning the Subarashiki Hibi Chapter 2 playthrough. Now, I got everything to work last time, it was really quite odd, but my patch was wrong, basically, so that was why none of the Chapter 2 content was loading for me, even though I'd finished all of the Chapter 1 endings. And you can tell the right patch is present when this part is in German. Yeah, in other words, like the Huden Zoku Sonzai bit, becoming, well, like I suppose like an existence of discontinuity was how it was translated. I can't fully remember, but yeah, that's how I know I've got the right patch, which is actually quite funny. I mean, it's really unusual, the fact that that's in German, but anyway, yeah, this is going to be really quite cool. There was one thing that before we get into it, I would like to cover that obviously I wasn't able to show you in the last video. So, look at this. So, once I'd finished all of the endings of Chapter 1, I got these two little messages, and these are the references to the book. I think it's called Tractatus Logico-Philosophicus or something by, I think it's Ludwig Wittgenstein or something like that. What was it? Tractatus Logico-Philosophicus. Yeah, by Ludwig Wittgenstein. Yeah, and yeah. These, I did a little bit of a Google search, but these are references to, I think it was like ideals or views of the book. I can't remember the exact terminology, but yeah, so, and they're really, really relevant as well. So the subject does not belong to the world. I mean, true, Yuki doesn't really belong to that world. She, if anything, that's the weirdest thing. I love the feeling of just a lack of idea of where reality actually is in this story, because let's be honest, I mean, I get that she has died, but the only thing is we know so little about what happens after death that you got to ask the question, which world does she actually belong in? And why could you say that the subject not belonging to the world is something that is objective? Because I would have thought you could make an argument that this is actually quite a subjective statement. Or at least that's just kind of what I think. But yeah, is a limit of the world. I totally agree about that. I mean, let's be honest, that world entirely revolves around Yuki. It's really quite funny that no matter what happens, whatever happens is in her best interest, no matter what it is that happens. Yeah, so the sense of, I haven't really read this one much. The sense of the world must lie outside the world. It does, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the reason why that world is such an illusion can only be found outside that world. In the world, everything is as it is, and happens as it does happen. In it, there is no value, and if there were, it would be of no value. Okay, that's actually really quite confusing. Everything is as it is, true, and it does happen as it does happen. I swear we read this in the visual novel. I can't remember, though. But yeah, that does make sense. In it, there is no value. Yeah. Yeah, that is actually really interesting. I do totally see that. There is, everything will happen in a logical way, but the only thing is, I mean, it would never be of any value because of the fact that, what was I going to say? I had a good point, I think. Well, because it's a dream world. I mean, a dream world is just the world created inside somebody's head. It's not going to have any benefit to the real world. I mean, obviously that depends on circumstances, because some people could have dreams and then they could turn them into, I don't know, amazing discoveries or just something amazing, something really, really worth it. But yeah, not in this case, I don't think. And this is interesting. So it was actually reproduced by the, UK company. Yeah, Taylor and Francis Books UK. I've never heard of that company myself, but yeah, that's really quite cool. Right, now, 4 minutes in, let's get into this. So this is a really cool little title screen here. Look at this. So I counted, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Damn it. Let's just count again. What? I'm so confused. Wait, no, sorry, I'm really bad at counting things. Oh, wait, hang on a second. Oh, okay, so there are actually 7 fragments here. That's odd, though, because we've already read the first chapter. So does that mean there's going to be 8 chapters in this game? Because, or maybe this part isn't a full chapter, or maybe it's a really small chapter or something. Maybe the size of the fragment depends on, well, indicates the size of the chapter. But I don't know. It's actually really quite interesting to think about the fact that we have all of this here. Oh, wait, I missed this one. Oh, God, yeah, way more than 8 then. Oh, and this one. Oh, my God. Yeah. But, yeah, I do wonder if the more we go through this story, the more all of these are going to be unlocked. Isn't it interesting that everything's red as well? I think that indicates possibly a dark part of the story. I mean, to be fair, it's not going to be as bad as chapter 3 or 4, which I've heard of the worst. Probably some of the hardest reads. Oh, yeah. Oh, so we get it here as well. I didn't realise that. Oh, my fucking God. Yeah. IDC, I've already read it. Yes, I know. Right, here we are. So, it looks like it's just going to be the first part of the story, but something's going to be different. Firstly, we've not seen any of the sunflower-related stuff. None of the really quite interesting poetry. Oh yeah, I need to reinterpret that because I feel like now it's all going to make sense. A Friday afternoon. They're in the final hours of the week, and because of that, the busiest. I was on a rooftop that overlooked a station crowded with people. Yeah. God, yeah. Seeing all those people caught within the city's turmoil made the location seem so serene. No, this always gave me the impression that Yuki was going to be someone who completely hated the world around her. But then again, we only have seen the Yuki of the dream, rather than the Yuki that is normal. I wonder how they're going to differ. Are they going to differ, actually? That's a better question. Anyone loafing around in such a spot at this time of day? Oh my fucking God, that was a genuine mistake. Was either cutting class, a neat, or me. What is a neat? Oh yeah, I forgot to do something. Hang on. You probably just heard her breathing really fucking loudly. There we are. That's better.
やっぱりいい女にはタバコと屋上とそしてひらひら服だわね。
Seriously. Solves all of world's problems. This brand of cigarettes isn't very popular, but I prefer the kind no one else smokes. Yeah, that is actually a really good point. She stopped smoking in the dream. I didn't see her pop open a cigarette once. Like, I'm being serious. There was nothing. Yeah. That's actually really quite unusual now that I think about it. A Friday sky. The sky didn't care that it was the weekend. It hadn't changed one bit. The city lying beneath that sky continued with business as usual. Not even an eye was batted. Of course, and that is the flow of the real world, unfortunately. It doesn't matter if it's a weekend. Everything's still going to go and keep on going. Especially industry. But it had none of the accuracy and beauty of a mechanical clock. Rather, it was just a recurring, jumbled mess. Yeah, that's actually really interesting. I don't remember this line before, if I'm going to be honest. Maybe I just didn't pay it much attention. But yeah. Yeah. That is actually really quite interesting. I do see that. It was far from beautiful. And lying over it, there was an oppressive sky of the deepest blue. Yeah, no, I totally see that. Yeah, it was the same obvious sight that appeared before our eyes every single day. A Monday sky, Tuesday sky, a Wednesday sky, a Thursday sky, and here before me a Friday sky. It laid over everything, just like any other day's sky. Yeah, no, the sky lays over everything. It really does. Oh, it encapsulates everything, really. And it's just funny, if the sky's different and it's irregular, so is the world. Something that would be possible in the dream world, i.e. finding the beginning and the end of the sky, is something that would never be possible in the real world. And if it is, what the fuck? What is going on? No one else would think it unusual. But still, just suppose for a moment. Oh yeah, no, that is a good point. Yeah, why do you necessarily know that God would be a person? What if God is just atom? Well, any person is just atoms, but we're sentient. But still, you get what I mean. Like, suppose that person, that a person called God does exist. A person? I suppose that he decided to make the world in a week. Yeah, no, this is different. This is totally different. It says so in the Bible after all. Yeah. I'd want to say, Almighty God. That's interesting. Would it be so bad if the sky changed colour just once a day? Or something like that. When it says change colour, does it mean change colour from the natural cycle of colour change? Or does it mean just... It's as if the sky would be on and off. When it's on, it's blue, and when it's off, it's black. If there was some meaning behind every day of the week, you could at least have incorporated that into the design. That is interesting. I like that way of thinking. That's what I think anyway. God has so many angels, surely one of them could have spoken up, right? But the only thing is, why necessarily would they have the same thoughts as you? And why would they have the authority to change something like this as well? Or maybe heaven was a one-man show, and God didn't listen to a single word. Yeah, exactly, yeah, maybe God is the Almighty, and even the angels, some of the people who probably have the most authority, are no way near him in terms of power. Suppose the sky did change colours with the days of the week. That would be so weird, it really would. It would be convenient in a lot of ways, and to me it just seems like it would be fun. I wonder how it could possibly be convenient though. I mean, I suppose I can only think about really, really dire situations where, I don't know, let's say for example you've been kept somewhere so much so that you don't know which day it is. You've been kidnapped, or you've been taken to a prison, or I don't know. Can I think of an example that isn't really bad and disgusting? No. You're on holiday! Fucking hell, finally. But in reality, yeah, there's no interest. It's just blue. Yeah, exactly. The colour of the sky has nothing to do with the day of the week. God, yeah, that would be cool. It's not like the sky turns fiery red every Tuesday or glitters like gold every Friday. I'll tell you what, I don't really think I'd like the sun. Well, I don't think I'd like the sky to be different colours every day. I think I'd like sunsets to be different colours. That would be so fucking cool. I mean, could you imagine a sunset that progressively goes through the colours of the rainbow? I mean, that would be amazing. That really would be. But I could just imagine that. Or maybe a sunset that changes colours throughout the cycle. Or a sunrise. I don't know, I feel a sunset would be a little bit cooler because more people could see it, I suppose. By the way, that would make Mondays white, right? The moon's pretty much white. Yeah. Wednesdays would be blue and Thursdays would be brown? Or maybe green. Yeah, I suppose. Make Mondays grey, make the most fucking boring colour you can. Why would Wednesdays be blue? Why don't you make it so that the weekends are blue? Saturday would be like the ground. But what about Sunday? The ground? It's quite unusual. I mean, you would have thought, if anything, Saturday would have been a more vibrant colour just because it's, I don't know, marking the end of a school week. Or just, it's marking the end of a week or working week, or just a time of rest. Or at least you'd hope that. Sometimes that's not the case. But what about Sunday? On Sunday, the sun could fill the entire sky. God, that'd be really weird. Wouldn't that be really... Yeah, yeah, that'd be hell. Could you imagine a winter where that's the case? A blue sky on a Friday? The sky didn't care that it was the weekend, it hadn't changed one bit. Of course it hadn't. Yeah, fair enough. Probably because the story about God creating the world in a week is a lie. No one like that exists. Yeah. And even if God does exist, he definitely isn't the kind of hard-working guy who could make up the world in just 1 week. Yeah, seriously. Yeah, how do you make that from nothing? He's got to be the kind of guy who would always be saying, it's still a work in progress. You can't see it yet. Hold on a minute, I'll be done soon. Ah yes, I'll be done in... I'm just creating a fucking planet. I'll be done in a few minutes. The kind of guy who sluggishly works away at something. Or maybe he'd get tired of it halfway through. And then say, yeah, I should have never bothered in the first place. No, but the only thing is, I mean, if you get tired of building a world, you can't, I mean, it's too big of a commitment to stop, I would have thought. But he has a lot of authority, so, yeah. And when I say a lot, I mean more than anybody ever, so, yeah. Maybe that's something to consider. Though if it were the latter, it would mean humanity had already been abandoned. Yeah, and that's, I don't know, I suppose Yuki existing, anybody existing, is proof that that hasn't happened. That's too cruel, God. How could you? Not that it really matters to me. Yeah, fair enough, it doesn't matter about what's made, what could have possibly made the universe. I mean, I don't think that's the case whatsoever, but I suppose there's a lot of beliefs about what could have possibly made the universe. I will never believe in stuff like this. I'll just believe in science and any discoveries that are made, but that are relating to math or science. But yeah, it doesn't matter about who has made your world. It matters about what you do in the opportunity that person making the world has given you, really. Not that it really matters to me. The Friday sky might be bright blue, or might cloud over, or might even be bathed in sunset amber. Oh yeah, that would be amazing. That would be so cool, being up on top of the rooftop and seeing a sunset like that. The colours of the sky vary without regard for the day of the week. Yeah, no, I see that. Totally. I mean, by the way, the sky overhead right at the moment was blue. And there were some clouds, so there was a bit of white too. Yeah. Loads and loads of shifts of blue. I mean, you can just see it progressing from, I've got a cyan, well, sort of a dark cyan colour to a more deep sea blue, really. And there were sort of like a violet colour in a way. And there were some clouds, so there was a bit of white too. It felt like this sky was the same as any other, but I wouldn't know what to say if I were asked if it really was the same as the rest of them. I mean, technically thinking, nothing can be the same because there's always going to be a slight difference. I mean, wouldn't it be impossible for one sky to be exactly the same as another one? When I say exactly the same, I mean everything about it being the same, nothing being different. But in terms of feelings, yeah, sure, it felt the same. I could say nothing more. The sky doesn't change with the days of the week, but there are still plenty of different variations of the same sky. Yeah, totally. At the very least, there was more variation to the sky above than the city below. That's interesting. The city before me was covered with a thick blue blanket of sky. Yeah, it's interesting to think what would happen if that blanket was removed.
この体がガキの頃、この屋上から見た景色と今の風景は大して変わり映えしないよな。
Since the time I first looked out at this scene as a child, this landscape hasn't changed much at all. Yeah.
あそこに団地があって、そこに焼却場の煙突があってさ。そんで。
There are apartments over there, and the smokestacks of the trash incinerators are over there, and over there. Oh, damn! Wow, I mean, they are in Tokyo to be fair, but still. Didn't realise they could see it. The faint shape over there, in the distance, was Mount Fuji. Standing on high ground like this, I could even see the different wards of the city faintly. That's insane.
昭和が描いた明るい未来がここだよ。
I'm surprised, are they still in the Showa era in 2012? Wait, when does the Showa era end? Oh, 1989. sec. My god. Why does this search engine have to be so shit? Oh wait, so they would have been in the Heisei era, it looks like. Oh my god, my audio is way too loud. I've got to turn that down. There we are. Yeah, no. I do totally see that, yeah. I kind of misread that, but, yeah. The voices that spoke of the future were filled with hope. Oh my god, yeah, one train ride from the boonies all the way into the inner city. What is a boonie? What? What is that? I don't know, referring to rural people? Oh. Oh, right, okay. A descriptive term for attractiveness. That's actually really quite funny, so I suppose this could be saying like one train ride from the countryside all the way into the inner city. And I mean, Japan is a ridiculous country in terms of how it has progressed, and just anything related to, I don't know, its economic situation, all of the outputs it has, trade, stuff like that. I mean, it is such an impressive country, and especially for all of that to have been rebuilt after the war as well. I think that's the most insane part. The fact that they've had probably some of the most economical damage out of any country. Actually, maybe that's not true. That's probably not true whatsoever, but it's had a significant amount of economic damage, and yet it's still been able to rebuild itself. I'm going to reread this because this is actually really quite interestingly put dialogue. Her thoughts are really cool, and you know shit is good when nothing is even happening, because let's be honest here, nothing is happening at the moment. We are just reading about a girl just idly thinking about something, but that's how you know a character is written well, I suppose, when even their thoughts are interesting. This has no relevance to the plot whatsoever, yet at the same time it's just interesting because, you know, seeing somebody's perspective, and I suppose it does help because of the fact that we like Yuki as a character, but still, it's just funny that this can be interesting. I think that shows good writing. Yeah, I really find this interesting. Yeah, no, I see that. Yeah. That must be amazing. I've never had the experience of having a good city view, so yeah, I'm very envious. I'll probably save up to a trip to Japan or some sort of place within Japan. Long trip, obviously, when I'm older, way older. I just really hope that I'll be able to see some of the cool views that she is seeing at the moment. Yeah, that is interesting. Yeah. Yeah, no. I mean, at first you think, because of the fact that Where's the stuff about the city life? Yeah, look at this. So firstly this, and also this. You would have thought that, I would have thought that initially Yuki would be really, really negative just in terms of how she views the world around her, and she can only seek peace in nature and just in anything that is, I suppose anything that is, I mean, she reads a lot, so I'm assuming that her appreciation has probably been really, really helped by what she read. So maybe she doesn't appreciate the world around her, she just appreciates the natural part of the world around her, really. But no, now it seems as if she has more of an admiration for how everything has changed and how fucking advanced things have got. Not that I have any complaints. Yeah, I have no complaints. Yeah, and she's happy with where she is and the country in which she lives in. Yeah, my generation isn't so spoiled that we would complain about it. Yeah, God. A wise man once said this. Yeah, that's really fucking true. That really is. Don't take your day-to-day life for granted. I guess that was what he meant. Yeah, no, totally. I bet you anything that this is going to have significance in the later part of the story. I really am grateful. But still, there's one other thing I'd say to him. What we see now is all... Oh, what we see now is all that was left after that bright future they envisioned crumbled to the ground. That bright future had already passed us by. How could something like this show us the way forward? Show us the future? It can't. So, I'm not complaining about anything, but... Ah, I see. So, loads of the apartments that you can see are really quite old and maybe not dilapidated. I think that would be a bit too far of a stretch, but they're not the most nice and appealing to look at, and they don't have an indication of the fact that we are in the modern day. Hang on, sorry, I've just got to check something because I've got to put my phone on the charger. Sorry, I'll forget if I don't do it. God. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm gonna reinterpret this. I'm gonna take what she's saying out of context to... In a sec, hang on. Yeah. If only this was a few hundred years in the future, because I totally agree. I mean, I would totally see that if that was the case. If this story was set after, let's be honest, all of our future advancements caused the decline of the Earth. I don't know how that's going to be via AI or climate change, I think are the most likely ones. Just the advancement in technology is going to get so big that it's going to lead to the world's downfall. And I think that the bright future a lot of people now are envisioning is probably going to crumble down within the next 100 or 200 years, just because of the ridiculous problems that our desire to, I don't know, make the Earth a better place and also make the Earth more advanced and learn about new things. Let's be honest, because that is what a lot of research is. But also to make new inventions, it's going to lead to the decline of the planet. And then I suppose that could be fully true. And it will crumble to the ground. Yeah, but no, I can totally see that as well. Yeah. Yeah, I wish they would tear down these old apartments. God didn't put any effort into designing the sky, but he could at least make that happen, right? I don't agree. I mean, look at the if you are thinking that God made the universe, you would have to think about the fact that he was probably a being of significant intelligence if he could make a scientific system that is as good as the one that makes up the sky. Well, not really as good, but the one... I mean, to be honest, sky is an area I don't really know much about, but you would have thought that in order to make up the sky, there's loads of gases, there's loads of... there's just loads of gases, loads of ways light's affected, and there's just so many things that account into designing the sky. But the only thing is, I mean, a lot of the things are down to other external factors like sun or the moon. So I don't necessarily know how you could say that. Oh my god, I wish I was more informed on this. If the sky isn't going to change, then at least get rid of those. Yeah, that is interesting. Oh, no, I totally agree. But I wonder how she would think God could potentially do it. What, like, via manipulation of chances of the world, making it so that thunder just strikes them down or something? Or, I don't know, there's a tornado that strikes exactly those flats and only those flats down? And then we'll maybe be able to see a bit of the future? I can see that though, yeah. I can imagine there's this place near us, it's a city and it's complete crap. It's all dilapidated, but yeah. I can kind of just picture what Yuki's saying when thinking about that. If I'm still alive in 10 or 20 years, when I'm 30 or 40, will this scene... Yeah, god yeah, I think so. Will this scene have changed at all? I think so, yeah. Well, it's not like it's going to change from one day to the next. No, it's going to be totally gradual. If those apartments suddenly disappeared and those smokestacks were ripped from the earth, for instance, if the scenery changed like that every day, it could only be... because lots of people were dying. Oh, yeah, reasonable, because there's potentially another war. Yeah, oh yeah, Earth. God. Yeah, for instance, that might happen if there was a war or an earthquake. Actually reasonable. Well, like, I mean, I'm sorry, but if that many buildings were going, you not only have to have like a magnitude 7 or above earthquake, but I'd assume a lot of aftershocks as well if things were changing day after day. For instance, that might happen if there was a war or an earthquake. Or if Mars suddenly attacked, a little bit less reasonable. Or if we saw the advent of the Great King of Angulmoir. What the fuck is that? In other words, there would have to be some sort of cataclysm. Yeah, it is interesting that. So everything gradually changes, but for everything to change every day, there has to be some sort of cataclysm to happen. For instance, oh, I sat and imagined a cataclysm hitting this sky. An amazing cataclysm. I imagine the sky full of shooting stars, with the ground splitting in two and molten fire. God, yeah, that would be weird. A molten fire erupting from the crevice. God. No, I do see that. It does make a good image to imagine though, but still, I mean, yeah, I see what she means. That's awfully morbid. I sat on the roof. I sat on the roof, looked out to the city and imagined the end of the world. But for a girl my age, dressed like this, maybe it's normal to think like that. That the world could go to hell. Something like that. Yes, I suppose it's just how you justify it, really. Everybody could just go die. Something like that. So, well, if you think of it like that, I'm a perfect specimen. Very well made. Right. Huh? You're... Oh, boy. It's Takuji. Again. I love this. Yeah, I suppose she could be considered somebody gothic or edgy. Especially because she has a blooming cigarette in her mouth. Well, in the CG at least. Yeah, reasonable. Who doesn't feel like this, to be honest? Sometime in their life. Yeah. God, that's really, really vivid. As if she's a perfect specimen just to go die. Huh? You're... Huh? You've disrupted her thoughts! Huh? Yeah, here he is. When I turned around, I saw an unfamiliar face. I really wonder what's going to happen with Takuji here. I mean, what are we going to see of him? Because we didn't really see much of him at all. Oh, I know why. Isn't it really funny? We didn't see much of Takuji in the dream world. In the dream world, he is not there. Could that possibly be something that is significant? Why would this guy be entirely excluded out of the dream world? When I turned around, I saw an unfamiliar face. Now, upon closer... Oh! Inspection, it was a face I recognised. I don't remember her recognising the face last time. We were both in the same class at school. Oh, so you remember where he sits exactly, but you don't remember his name. That's hilarious. We were both in the same class at school. He sat 3 seats diagonally ahead of me. His name was... She remembered this time, fucking hell. Mamiya Takuji. Why are you here? Her personality seems to have changed a bit. Why are you here? Just in terms of the fact that she can actually remember people's names. Maybe she gives more of an impression to other people around her. I don't know. Why are you here? What's it matter to you? Oh no, I didn't mean it like that. Yeah, where I go is none of your business. Well, that's true, but... I have to say I'm surprised. Oh, why's that? Whoever Takuji is, he is really, really shy. I don't know why. I never would have imagined that you could work up the courage to talk to a girl you didn't know. Well, I mean, to be fair, he doesn't necessarily... Where's... He does sound shy, I get what you mean, but to be fair, he's articulate enough. Well, that's... Sorry, I take that back. God, you would have thought that maybe she'd be a bit nicer after that, but no. Huh? Yeah, I never would have imagined that you could work up the courage to talk to anyone you didn't know, regardless of their gender. I mean, it's really odd, but God, what a horrible thing to say if you ask me. That's not... Not what? Not completely untrue. Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, nevertheless, you did manage to talk to me. Well... Well? Silent treatment, huh? Oh, that's right, Mamiya-kun. Yes? Do you smoke Never Knows Best? Or anything like that? Oh no, tobacco was kind of... Yeah, I really do wonder when, he doesn't necessarily seem like that bad of a person, but... It's interesting, I really do wonder what Takuji is doing here, and even though they're on a school day, why he's here and why he's talking to Yuki. Because let's be honest, Yuki's skipping school. There's no way she's not. I know, Tobacco is kind of... I mean, to be fair, she is in her dress. Maybe she just never got dressed for school. I mean, it is a Friday, after all. And also the part at the top. Whoever's here is either a NEET or somebody who's skipping class or something. Yeah. Look at that. Why is Takuji skipping class, though? That's what I want to know. Oh, no, Tobacco is kind of... Oh, you don't smoke? Yeah. But I get it. I know why you talk to me. Huh?
私ってさ、いつからここにいたんだろ
You know, I wonder how long I've been here.
う。いつから私だったんだろ
How long I've been me.
う。なんてね。
Just kidding. God, I feel bad for Takuji. He's just completely overwhelmed. But what I just find really interesting about this is, yeah. I find it really quite ironic, this line. After you read chapter 1, this line makes a bit more sense, but not really that much more. Right.
みなかみさんはいつからここにいたの？
Minakami-san, how long have you been here?
なら、間宮君はいつからそこにいたの
How about you? How long have you been there?
僕はずっと前からいたよ。
I've been here a long time.
そう。私も結構前からいたけど、気がつかなかった。
I've been here for a while too, but I never noticed you.
僕、存在感ないから。
Don't really stand out very much.
それはあるね。影薄すぎだわ。
Yeah, gosh, she's so mean here. You're right about that. You don't leave much of an impression.
ここから何を見てたの？
What are you looking at from up here?
別に、空見てた。
Nothing really. I was looking into the sky.
そうなんだ。
I see.
神様がね。
You know, if God...
いやさ、神様が空の色を曜日ごとになんで変えなかったのかとか。
Yeah, and isn't it really interesting in this beginning scene, there's just one little more thing they can bond to. This is some dialogue that is really quite new. It's just I was thinking, why didn't God make the sky a different colour every day of the week?
というか、曜日ごとに空の色を変える理由って。
Why should the colour of the sky change?
いいじゃん、変わったってさ。
Wouldn't it be nice if it did? I really do wonder what he's thinking.
僕はそう思うけど。
Yeah, I think it would be nice,
けど
but
普通の人は困ると思うよ。
yeah, no, me too. Yeah, I think that might be a problem for other people.
なんで
Why?
毎日が変わりすぎるもの。
If every day changed so much,
見える風景が変わりすぎるでしょ。空の色が毎日変わっちゃったらさ。
scenery would change too much, right? If the sky were a different colour every day. Yeah. That's reasonable. I mean, every day would be different. There would be no predictions, and I suppose that could be fun for some people, but with other people who just want to have a steady routine, that could be a problem. It would be cool, I can't deny that. Yeah, it would be
みな
nice.
かみさんはね。
But yeah, not for everybody, I suppose. For you, maybe.
君もだろ
And for you too, right? He seems really, really nervous. I mean, I'm going to be honest, I just find it quite surprising about the fact that this conversation is still going. Yeah.
毎日の空が違ったら。
If the sky was different every day,
毎日の風景が違ったら。
the scenery was different every day,
多分もう少し。
I could probably be a little more...
もう少し
A little more what?
うん。
Never mind. Yeah, I don't really know what's going on with him, but he doesn't seem happy at all. I mean, he seems like it's really hard to talk to other people, but there's also... He just seems troubled, and I can kind of see that because he just... In his voice, he not only sounds shy, but he just really, really doesn't sound like there's anything happy going on with him. Really? He just sounds more depressed rather than shy. I don't know. Never mind. Oh, he's gone. Oh, never mind. There he is. Yuki, sometimes I think about these things. That's interesting. It really reminds me of the scene at the end of chapter 1. Sometimes I think about these things. Where is the limit of the world? Yeah, that's interesting. The very edge of the world. What is the limit of the world conceptually or genuinely? Because genuinely, there probably is no limit to the world, but conceptually, like what a limit a human being can do to the world. Yeah, there is no limit as well, I suppose. The very edge of the world. If such a place existed, Suppose I was able to stand in that place. Could I look at the scenery from that edge, just like anywhere else? I wonder, I mean, it really depends on where you are. If I think it's normal to wonder about these things, does that make me No, not really. I mean, it just means you're a creative thinker, honestly. I don't think there's anything bad with that. I mean, that's the edge of the world. It's the limit of the world. Yeah, I suppose if I could see that with my own 2 eyes, wouldn't the limit of the world be the same as my own limit? Yeah, no, I don't really understand that. I mean, your own limit... I suppose your own limit would be the limit of the world, but that kind of applies with everybody. If you could see the limit of the world, why would everybody not be able to see it? Why would it just be you? And also, why is it required to see the limit of the world to make it so that your limit is the same as the limit of the world? It doesn't make too much sense. But I suppose you could think the limit of the world is the limit of the actions I can do, maybe? But I don't know, he doesn't necessarily seem like a bad person, so I don't really get how that would fit in. Wouldn't the world, viewed from that spot, be the world that I see? Wouldn't that be my world? The limit of the world would become the limit of my world. The world is that which I see, touch and feel. Yeah. Then what is the world? What is the difference between me and the world? That's really interesting. Is there a difference? There's a difference between me and the world. This is what I have to say. There is no difference between me and the world. Of the time certain. That conviction leads me to another question. What is a world that also includes other people? Oh yeah, no, that's a good point. If I am the world, then what about the other people? Do they have worlds too? Yeah, but no, that's the really, really weird thing. I mean, if you think about... Then are they separate worlds that don't intersect? But the only thing is they are still inhabiting the same space. I suppose the external and internal world idea could be similar. I mean, I suppose you have your own internal world and then you have the external world where you interact with other people who have their own internal worlds. Or is it possible for them to intersect? Yeah, totally. I mean, if other people's limits are influenced by another person. Let's say, for example, somebody does something really, really bad to someone, and then that really bad thing that's happened to somebody is normalised by them. Their limits are then going to change because of the fact that somebody's... I suppose you could think somebody's world has intersected with another person's, so as a result of that, the other person's world has been affected. Out of all the worlds and the souls, and all the souls, is it only possible for each soul to see one single world? No, not really, because you perceive the world in a much different way as other people would do. That's what I'd think. The scene I saw at the end of this world, the limit of this world, the furthest scene. Yeah, but what is the furthest scene going to be? What, the scene before your death? That is, if Takuji dies? I don't know. At that time, were you looking at the edge of the world too? The sky you saw at the edge of the world. The sky at the limit of the world. The furthest sky. Yeah! Oh, that's interesting. Will I be able to see it with you? Will I be able to see the end of the same world with you? Even as we stand under different skies, we look out from under the same sky. Sometimes I think about these things. Even as I think back upon that hill covered in sunflowers. Yeah, this. Oh shit, so now we've got the opening again. Yeah, I didn't actually realise the opening was going to be here, so I've already watched it, but yeah, fuck it, let's watch it again. Oh my god, a song for the boy and girl who studied aerodynamics. Why is this so laggy, the video? I mean, I don't really know why the video is so laggy, but let's watch it anyway, why not? Oh yeah, we've got Skata. We've got Ayana. I don't know who that person on the left was. A boy and girl who studied aerodynamics. Isn't that interesting, the name of the song? I mean, the only boy I know in this so far is Takuji. And someone who studies aerodynamics. That could either be Yuki or it could be Zakuro. I don't know. But the only thing is Zakuro would have been killed, so I don't really understand. We're really in the dark. Who is that? Oh god. That's Yuki. Yeah, what is Jabberwocky 2? Seriously, that's the most weird combination of letters. I don't understand what it means whatsoever. Right, once this is... God, this opening really ends in an odd way. What I really love about Subarashiki Hibi is just the fact that it has such a unique art style. It really, really does. And even though it is a VN that's made in around the 2010 time, it still has an art style that makes it feel as if it's in the early 2000s. I fucking love this game's art style, seriously. Oh, we're on July the 12th. Oh. Interesting, I wonder what's happening. So she's on the train, probably to school. But yeah, I think we've got to really heavily analyse the stuff Takuji was saying, because this seems very relevant. But that is interesting when you think about the limit of the world, because could it possibly be a limit of your actions, or could it be a limit of... I mean, is it a physical or metaphorical? Well, no, it's kind of combining a metaphorical nature with a physical nature, if you ask me, because... yeah, but that's interesting. I suppose if the sky and scenery were different every day, maybe the limits of the world could possibly be different, because... Oh, I don't know, I suppose sometimes scenery and sky do influence how people feel. But I don't know, I don't think that's really that likely. I wonder what the connection is, though. I'll tell you what, I'll try and interpret this more, and then we'll see if I can find a connection. Yeah, that is interesting. But how would you get to the very edge of the world? What would you do in order to make it so that you are at the edge of the world? Yeah, but the only thing is, this is the really odd thing. It's the end of the world. It is the edge. How would you be able to see the scenery from beyond the edge of the world? What, maybe if the edge of the world is the limit of your actions, this is maybe some sort of parallel scenarios where, parallel world scenarios where what has happened hasn't happened, or something? Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, but the edge of the world is the limit of Takuji's world, so the edge of the world could possibly be just a metaphorical state of being. Let's say you do something that has completely exhausted you, something that you have ridiculously pushed yourself to do. Well, no, actually, I've got a better analogy. Think about death, I suppose. Your life expectancy, that is the limit at which you can live, because after that, there is nothing left. I mean, you can't go above the limit. I suppose that's kind of like conscience in a way. I mean, maybe there's always an objective limit to how far somebody would go. Like, for example, with me, in terms of visual novels, my limit is Subarashiki Hibi. I'm never reading anything darker than that. So I suppose that if I did, then I would be breaking my limits, which could be, well, it is possible in this situation. That's why it's a horrible analogy. But I suppose in this situation, what would happen if a limit was broken? And better question, could you break a limit? Oh, that's weird. Oh, wait. No, I like this. Fuck, yeah. I've got a different way of interpreting this now. If you looked, let's say you do something really bad in the next few years, and then you look in the past, in the future, of you doing that really bad thing. It's as if you're watching the limit of your world and the limit of what you will do. Like, if you watch the worst thing you will objectively do in your life now. So, I suppose, yeah, and the limit of the world would characterize your own world because it would set a limitation, i.e. you cannot do anything worse than this. Yeah. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, but if you could see the limit of the world and if you could know the limit of your actions, if you could quite literally go to the point of the edge of the world, then I suppose you would have that knowledge that would then determine what your limit is, and you could never break it. Yeah, so there is no difference between me and the world because of the fact that I suppose if Takuji thinks the edge of the world is where the limit of your world could possibly be, you could never, like the edge of the world, physically, you could never see it because it may not exist. Oh yeah, that's actually a quite pretty good point. Like, the edge of the world would not exist, but that could also mean that a limit of the world would not exist. Like, a limit of maybe the actions you could do in this world would not exist. Yeah, I see that. But the edge of the world would become, well, because the edge of the world is characterized by his limit of the world. Yeah. Yeah, so I suppose, depending on people's personalities, the limits of worlds are different. And, yeah, so I suppose because the edge of the world can be viewed differently with different perspectives, maybe that could then give the impression that they're the same. No, if at the edge of the world person's limit could be viewed, they would be different between people. I see that, yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah. But the only thing is, people have different limits of their worlds, and that means the edge of the world objectively, the edge of the world is objectively at a different point. So as a result of that, their worlds, even though we're living in the same planet, everybody has a different world, and then I like to tie the internal and external worlds that Yuki and Zakuro were talking about in the July Infinity ending. That's what I'm going to call it, I think. Yeah. Yeah, but the only thing is, I suppose you are the world because the edge of the world and the limit is completely subjective to you. But the only thing is, other people influence what the character of this limit is. For example, in order to break the limit of a world. Well, but the only thing is... Oh, that's interesting. So if you break the limit of your world, if you go further than the edge of the world, that could mean... I mean, you wouldn't survive. if this was physical. So maybe if you break this limit, you'll feel like killing yourself, I don't know. Or you'll feel like there's no point in living, and or maybe you will die because somebody else will do it to you. Or something like that. I don't know, just something really ugly that would involve dying, basically. I think they intersect, yeah, totally. And reminds me of something I read in Umineko, episode 4. Well, episode 4 spoilers, but it's one of the scenes just before Angie and Amakusa are heading towards the Rokkenjima Island. Amakusa's talk about understanding just on that boat they took, on Kawabata's boat, to Rokkenjima, obviously. But yeah, totally. Isn't it interesting that he says the scene I saw at the end of the world? But what is the furthest scene going to be? Yeah, but that's really interesting. Will this person be able to go to the limit of his existence? Now, the limit of his existence could either be a good or bad thing, but I feel like it's more a bad thing here. Yeah, will... But that kind of gives me the impression of, will you be able to completely ruin your life? So with... Well, I don't know. No, I don't know. It doesn't sound like that. But I don't understand how you would see the limit of your... Well, no. Yes, I do, actually. Because if it's a limit of your own sky, somebody else will influence you so much so that... Well, they may help you reach it. Because they will alter your personality and you may be more suited to reaching that limit. Even as I think back upon that hill covered in sunflower, that's really unusual. Fuck. Every day continued on like normal. I really like this CG, by the way. Can I just mention that? I wonder who that is, if they're significant within the story. Looks very odd, this CG. Wait. What does that say? Wait, okay, I've got to... There's something key here. Get up in the morning, go to school like everyone else. Sit around chatting like everyone else. Go to your job like everyone else. She has a job. Yeah, funny that it wasn't there in the dream world. Yeah. Take a few hours off just like everyone else. Going through life while doing everything just like everyone else. But of course, common sense tells me that it can't continue forever. Oh yeah, of course, life will change. Isn't this interesting? So, anata no inochi, or... I don't know what that says. Fuck. that literally says your life. That's gotta be key to something. Oh, I wish I could read that. But of course, common sense tells me that it can't go on forever. Yeah, fair. Yeah, even the middle-aged man sleeping on the train, drooling on the seat, was my age once. Yeah, that is reasonable. At that time, he probably thought those happy days would go on forever, just like me. And this is why life is fucking terrifying. You never know when they are going to stop. Never. Anything could happen. But then, those days slipped away from him while he wasn't looking. First a job, then marriage, then children, and finally buying a house. I mean, obviously, she's just assuming that person has done all of those things. Can I just mention that?
みたいな感じで加速的に
Just like that, things accelerate, and before you know it,
私の知っているいい感じの毎日からこのおっさんの
Yeah.
毎日に変わってたんじゃなかろうか
yeah, fair enough. And it's just really quite funny. I kind of get what Yuki's saying, because the thing is, life is just kind of shit to be young now, because everything's just totally changing so much so that, you know, it's just transition from young person to adulthood, and yeah, it's not the most fun, because you always just want to have fun, you don't really want to do responsibilities, and everything just gets more and more stressful the more responsibilities that are present. But some things get more fun, to be fair. Like, for example, if I wasn't near an adult age, I wouldn't be able to have fun interpreting this story, I don't think. But the thing is, the reason I can interpret this story is because I've done it with lots of stories before, and I wouldn't have been able to do that if I wasn't older, basically.
でもおっさんはこう言うかもしれない
But he might say this.
俺は昔のままだ
I'm just as young as ever.
気分的にはお前らと変わらんよ
I'm still young at heart.
気分的にはね
At heart, maybe.
いやおっさん気分的にはそうかもしれないけど見てくれは完全におっさんだ
I see that, yeah. No, maybe you're young at heart, but just look at yourself. You're old. God. Well, at least she's direct.
今のあんたは昔あっただろう若かりし
But yeah, that is very true, yeah. You're nothing like the young man you once were.
あんたがどう思うと時間はちゃっかりしっかりどっぷり進みどんどん日常は濁った感じになっていくんじゃないだろうか
Fair enough, yeah. I mean, I get that I'm not that age yet, but I mean, whose childhood has not had that effect, really? Yeah, time will continue chugging along, slow and steady, no matter how young you insist you are, yeah. Your youthful life will crumble and spoil us. Time is the way it is, isn't it? Yeah, but no, I do kind of see that, because all of the youthful ideals and just anything that you would do in your life there, and what you would do in general. Memories? No, it won't. Especially strong memories. Some memories it will, because of the fact that everything will just gradually become more and more blurry the more you go into your life. I mean, like for example, for me, will I remember, I don't know, Higurashi 10 years later? Yes, I will. But yeah, like let's say I don't know, I've changed my life, then will I have remembered it? Who knows? Hmm.
私の日常とおっさんの日常はやっ
Oh, I agree. I mean, why would it not be? My day-to-day life is definitely different from his.
おっさんの日常はなんか
Yeah,
得体の知れない私が知らない日常だよ
I see that, yeah. His day-to-day life is something I can't even begin to imagine.
それともおっさんは落ち着いた疲れ切った感じでこう言うかもしれない
Or maybe he would talk like this, with a calm, weary voice?
俺もそう思ってたことがあるよ大人になるなんて永遠にないと
There's a time when I too believed that I would be young forever. Yeah, but that is
で
interesting.
もな気がついたら皮が厚くなって皮下脂肪のことだな今まで考えもしなかった場所から毛が生えてて
Oh my god, I love that.
にもかかわらず大事な場所の毛が薄くなって
Let's be honest, this is definitely written by a middle-aged man. It just sounds way too informed, really. But then all of a sudden, my skin was getting thicker. They call it adipose tissue. And my hair was growing places from... Yeah, from places I never thought possible. Yeah, no, I totally see that. The first joint of my finger, yeah, I would erase that shit from my finger the second it grew. If it ever happened to me. My god. I love that. I have seen that though. Yeah, I was losing hair when it really mattered. My head. Suddenly I realised. Yeah, no one looked at me as a child anymore. Are there voice lines for this or? Oh, doesn't look like it. Yeah, but that is interesting. You just feel, you're just in the illusion about the fact that your days as a kid could potentially last forever. So as a result of that, you just forget how life is really, really progressing. And maybe that could lead you to a standstill because life is progressing, but you're not really keeping up with the flow of life progressing. Before I knew it, I wasn't just an adult. I was well past that. Yeah, I was downright old. Someone like you would call me an old fart. Yeah, totally over the hill. Yeah, no, I suppose. But there were multiple sides of there were multiple hills, shouldn't there be? He doesn't live in the same day-to-day life that I understand. He lives the day-to-day life on the other side of the hill. I look old now, but back in the day, everybody was jealous of my disco moves. Oh, really? How about it? Wanna dance? I'd rather not. Huh? Oh my god, what? My eyes, locked with those of the middle-aged man. His eyes were dashing. At that moment, I fell in love. What the fuck? No, not really. I've got... Ah, yes, my favourite story. Paedophilia. What the fuck? That's hilarious. Oh my god, that's so embarrassing. Because, oh yeah, no. Yeah, this is going to be interesting to see how everything differs here. Are we going to see Zakuro or are we not? No is the answer, I think. Or maybe we will. And maybe, despite that, we won't save her. That's fucking hilarious. I feel like Yuki's gonna fall in love with Takuji. I mean, I'm sorry, but they just so look like they get on. They really, really look like... I mean, I'm sorry, but if you are that shy and yet you have such a long conversation and friendly conversation... I mean, it's not really friendly, it is a little bit damaged. But at the same time, I mean, it's a conversation that provoked his mind so much. Let's be honest, I feel like if you're thinking that in-depth about things, I mean, you probably either are really shy and 99% of your words are in your head and 5... Wait, did I say 99 or 95? Well, 99 in your head, 1 outside of your head and in your mouth. The conversations that you're having. Yeah, but maybe he is damaged to be thinking about just everything with a view like that. Who knows? Yeah, but anyway, who cares? Today I was going to Tower Records, a CD store in Suginomiya, to buy a new release by one of my favourite bands. As you can tell from my clothes, I'm totally not actually a visual care rocker. I came to buy a new album by a famous English band. This band isn't really goth or goth lolly or anything dark like that. Yeah, is it classical? Actually, I think there was something called gothic rock in England, but it's not all that dark either. I've never heard of that. Yeah, I see that. It's a bit hasty to assume the word gothic implies dark. My clothes are dark and black, but... What? White? Really? Why would it be white? Why not red? Or is this just metaphorically? My clothes are dark and black, but the blood running through my veins is white. Ah. Oh. I'm not sure where that was heading. Yeah, no. I suppose it could say you wear dark clothes, but in your heart doesn't beat for a dark person because the blood is metaphorically not dark. I don't know. I'm not sure where that was heading. Well, who cares about that? Oh yeah, nice. She actually bought the CD this time. I bought the English rock CD. Yay. They hadn't released anything in 3 years. God. Oh crap, I can't believe I let her squeal out like that out loud in public. Oh no. You're... What? No fucking way. I can't believe it. So Zakudo's here. Oh. That's so surprising. I couldn't believe the way she was looking at me. Yeah, isn't that actually really quite funny? You do really question the origins of Zakuro. I mean, I think in this world she's probably just a normal human being, but who knows? Yeah, just because I made some noise and struck a pose didn't mean that she needed to stare at me. Oh, you're from the class next door. Takashima Zakuro-san, I think. Isn't it funny that she remembers people's names here? And it's really quite funny to think about the fact that Zakuro's here, rather than, obviously, let's just say, creating the conditions required for Yuki's dream world. And also, isn't it really interesting that she's in the clothes she departed from Yuki's dream world from?
Takashima Zakuro-san でしたっけ?
Takashima Zakuro-san, was it?
こんにちは.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Yes, hello.
どうも.
Oh, hello.
今日はなぜこんな場所に?
Why are you here today? Yeah, I just find it really quite funny to think about the fact that Yuki knows nothing, and yet Zakuro knows probably... Well, we don't know that. We don't know that. Why are you here today?
いや、別にこれといって理由はないんですけど.
This is the real Zakuro, though. That's the weirdest thing.
意味もなく歩いてた系みたいな.
Oh, there's no particular reason. I was buying something, and now I guess I'm walking around only.
というか、この沿線に住んでたら手っ取り早く買い物するなら杉の宮じゃない? 遠出するなら新宿まで出ることもあるけど.
Oh. I mean, for someone living near the train station, Suginomiya is the most convenient place to go shopping, right? I suppose you could go all the way out to Shinjuku if you wanted, though.
そうですか. よかったです.
I see, I'm glad.
よかったですか?
Glad?
はい。あなたに会えてよかったです.
Yes, I'm glad I got to meet you.
そんなもんでしょうか.
Okay, if you say so.
はい。これも導きかも.
Yes, this might be divine providence.
導き?
Divine providence? What providence?
高島さんとあまり言葉を
Yeah, why is it such an honor? Oh, we've never really talked much, so... Huh?
あるけ.
Huh? Have we?
いや。そうですね. そうかも. でも私はあなたのことをよく知ってましたよ.
That's actually really interesting because I think this totally implies about the fact that, I mean, even though Yuki remembers people's names here and she actually can recall them, even despite that, she only remembers Zakuro as if she's a person that she's never met before and she's trying to recall her name. Just a person who goes to the same school as her. No, but what I find really interesting about Zakuro here is the fact that it's as if it's such an honor to meet her. It's something that's so brilliant, and I feel like she is really more than who she says she is. She somehow has memories of these dreams. No, but the only thing is, could you imagine if these dreams were just fantasies by Zakuro? And could you imagine if, I don't know, no, I don't really know. I mean, Yuki is so cool to Zakuro that she's worth fantasizing over? I don't know. It's really unusual. Oh shit, I don't have much time at all. Fuck. Oh, who gives a damn? Yeah, that's interesting.
そうなん?
Oh, really? Why? Oh no, 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 no. Another enemy. What, is she a person? I'd assume that judging by that, she's probably a person that can easily get on someone's bad side just because she annoys them. But let's be honest, I feel like a person like Yuki, she would be very vocal about what she did. Maybe about anything that's happening. Maybe vocal, honest. She's not the type to be irrational. Maybe it's just because other people are idiots. But she can be cold, definitely. Why did I do something unnecessary and make another enemy? Oh god, no. Did I do something to tick you off? Why do you ask? Reasonable. Well, if someone that I don't remember at all that well... Oh, sorry, I misread that. Well, if someone I don't remember all that well says they remember me, it means they're holding some kind of grudge, right? A grudge against you? I'm not holding any grudge. But it's just really interesting to think about the fact that before, in the other world, obviously Zakuro didn't know Yuki whatsoever. Or did she though? That's the thing, we never really know. But she jumped off the roof even though she could see Yuki. So I think that's probably just indicative of a lack of knowledge or care for her. I mean, if you knew somebody and then jumped in front of them, well, jumped off a balcony in front of them, you would probably have to have a severe grudge. But obviously, why would Zakuro have a grudge against Yuki? She's really quite scared. I see. Well, that's good to hear. No way. I don't have a bad impression of you. That's good to hear. Not a bad impression at all. Oh, no way. No, she wouldn't. This must be so awful for Zakuro. At all. But isn't that interesting that she isn't killing herself here? Oh, I hope we can have cordial relations. Huh? Oh! Huh? What? What? What the fuck? What? Ah, yes, what the fuck? She is literally getting... Oh, sexually assaulted in public. What the fuck? Yeah, what just happened? Ah, yes, this is all in my head, guys. What? I'll give you some of my power. What? Yeah, you still just non-consensually kissed them. Power? What do you mean? Besides that, I was just kidding. Yeah, seriously. Yeah. I was just kissed by some girl from another class who I hardly even knew. Interesting that she has... If you ask me, this doesn't look like a happy expression. It looks more like a crazy expression. Soon something amazing will happen. But she's still really, really fixated on the sky separating. Or maybe in this world, maybe she's... No. I feel like here, we're in another dream world. Maybe another world that's... I don't know, making it so that reality is... Oh, it's told it's told inaccurately, really. Soon something amazing will happen. Something amazing? Wait a second. Oh god. Oh god. She wasn't satisfied with a kiss. She wants to do something amazing to me. By something amazing, she means... What the fuck is try badism? I've never heard of that phrase before. Oh fucking hell, I can't believe I said that out loud now. Oh fuck's sake. Oh god, that's awful. What the fuck? Why is this so messed up? Dude, if this was a normal conversation, you would say, why have you just done A very weird action. To me. Okay, yeah, this is fucked. I just can't believe I said that out loud. That's the worst thing. Yeah, this is weird. She doesn't...
なんでもないです。そんな高島さんが言うところのすごいことって何？
That's actually really quite funny to think about the fact that Yuki is the one to suggest that. It's as if Yuki is the one who thinks Yuri related stuff isn't actually that bad. Completely contrasting her in the first episode. That's weird. Nothing. By the way, what is the something amazing you were talking about? Well, it's... The sky is really, really full. Full of what? Anxious what? That's odd. The sky is full of anxious words. Not full of anxiety, but full of anxious words. Yeah, no, I do kind of see that, yeah. That would have kind of made sense if she said the sky is full of anxiety, but isn't if the sky is full of anxious words, wouldn't that then imply that it's full of anxiety as well? But what does she mean by anxious words? But also, I suppose anxious words, that could just be, well, I don't really know. How could a sky be full of words? What, things you associate with it, maybe? It's kind of a cool expression. It's not a metaphor. So she really meant it? Well, let's ignore that for now. So what about it? The process of absorption has begun. What? What, is it just getting all of the anxiety into the sky and absorbing it and maybe as a result of that replacing it with happiness? I don't know. I didn't really get what she meant. Who was she talking about? Who's doing the absorbing? The world is. That's odd. I took a step back and thought to myself. Her clothes. I know that's that. Oh yeah, that's interesting that she remembers it subconsciously. So I really do wonder if Takashima is a really supernatural type of entity. But the only thing that I don't really understand is why she is making it so that every world goes back. Is it because there's some sort of problem with these worlds that makes it so that they can't be perfect and they can't have a happy ending, maybe? Sort of like, right, Higurashi spoilers, but, just like Rika in June 1983. Wanjuku style. Oh. Is that the style of clothes she has? Oh, it's not a memory that she's associated with it. It's just she recognises the style. Right, okay. No, I really didn't know either. Let's think about the real... okay. Okay, yeah, the real essence of that style. I know it. Style is a metaphor for the darkness. It's VK. Oh god, her expression is hilarious. What is? Oh, that's interesting. It's visual K. Oh. Yes, I know that, but... Oh well, I was just wondering if you liked it. No, I do find it really quite funny to think about the fact that... I must be awful for Zakuro though. She's really trying to open up to Yuki, but at the same time, I mean, it's just as if... Yeah, she's not having anything that she's talking about being paid attention to. I mean, she was a bit here, but at the same time... No, it's just really odd to think about the fact that she's saying the sky is full of anxious words and the absorbing of the anxious words has begun. Who's doing the absorbing? So the world's absorbing it. So the more the world progresses, the more the anxious words are absorbed. Could anxious words being absorbed be a good thing or a bad thing? No, I think it would be a bad thing, because if anxious words are absorbed, wouldn't that mean they're kind of integrated in a part of the world? So they're absorbed and then they are properly part and nature. They are a part of the world's nature if they're absorbed. I think it's words because the sky is full of things that you could associate with anxiety, and those are in the form of words. Wanjuku. Is that a place name? Because you have Shinjuku, I suppose. Visual K. I wonder what that is. Yes, I know that, but I was wondering if you liked it. Oh. I was going to say that she was cosplaying Maki Shoujo or Jackie Gun, but I figured she'd get mad if I said that. Wait, what are these figures that she is talking about? Hang on, let me just do a little bit of context searching. Okay, right, I did a bit of digging and I didn't really find anything that was that similar to Zakuro's costume, but look at this. So Visual Kei is a Japanese fashion style among musicians characterized by elaborate hairstyles and flamboyant costume, often coupled with ... Yeah. Looks really quite odd. It looks very, very edgy as well. It's interesting that. Yeah, and fucking hell. Gothic is a good way of describing this. Yeah. Odd. To say the least. Yeah, she would, because she's trying to convey a point to you and you're just completely... Well, I mean, she did listen to a bit of it, but now she's just totally gone off on a tangent. Anxious words and the world that has absorbed them. Do you know what those are? Yeah, what are they? Yeah. Not really. Oh God. The heart of the person who will soon die. Therefore the world... But the only thing is, that's actually really, really odd to think about the fact that she thinks the world will... Well, she knows it did last time. Well, the world will end when the person dies who will, but that implies that Yuki's going to die. Will end. What? I took a second to organise my thoughts. Oh God. Yeah. I just hate that I know what this means now. Isn't it funny how opposite the personality of Yuki is though? That's the cool thing. But yeah, I see that. Yeah, I understood. I understood instantly. Huh? You probably can't believe it, right? But I'll protect you. And it's interesting to think about the fact that within the last ending, maybe it's the case that Zakuro has found somebody she wants to live for. You probably can't believe it, right? But I'll protect you. Zakuro? Who's this? Is that her mother? Oh, it's this song. Why is it so bad and dark? Who's this? Who is this? 2. Takashima-san said something weird, and then 2 strange girls appeared behind her. Oh God, who are they? It was scary about how they were glaring at me. It looked like they were mad about something. Doesn't look very nice. But what? Yeah. What are you doing with... That's weird. What are you doing with an outsider? An outsider to what? It's as if maybe they're in some sort of cult or group or something? Sorry, but this person should be fine. Fine? Fine for what? Oh God, yeah, I can totally see why you'd find that suspicious. I really don't approve. Well, I didn't hear this.
あまり感心しない。
God, she sounds menacing. Fucking hell, why is she dressed as a nun? Like, seriously, these people look very, very odd. I really don't approve.
分かってる。
Yeah, I understand.
もう少し自覚を持ってほしいわ、ザクロちゃん。
Please be more careful, Zakuro-chan. That's really, really unusual. So, could these have potentially been the people Zakuro was arguing with in the first world after she, well, that caused her to suicide? But the only thing is, who are these people? What are their roles and what are their relations to Zakuro? Why, even though we've read a whole chapter about Zakuro, do we not know about these people whatsoever? Okay. More importantly, yeah, who are these people? What? Her sex partners? God. Why are you so... Oh my god, I mean, you could worry about anything else, and yet this is what you worry about. And that's why she suddenly kissed me. Then the reason why she knew me so well, even though I didn't know her, was because... God. Was because she was after my... Oh, yeah, that's actually really quite interesting that she's got to that conclusion. Yeah, but yeah, no, I do think that is actually quite reasonable about the fact that, well, I'll protect you. That could be something that somebody taking advantage of somebody sexually could say. And also, the end of the world, I don't know, false sense of urgency, maybe? But there is something that she's really, really forgotten about. Yeah, that's weird. Why would she say anything other than that if that's the case? This sounds like a religion. Yeah. The heart of the person rather than the person themselves. Maybe something's going to happen to traumatize a person. Or... hang on a second. The only person that I can think of who has the most anxiety is Takuji so far. I don't know who else. Yeah. That means my chastity is in danger.
そんなこんなで私はこの辺りで。
Well, then I better be off. No, you're coming with us, motherfucker. No, I don't know. I don't think that's going to happen at all. I mean, Zakuro, I wouldn't have assumed she is going to be a person with bad intent. But I do kind of see what Yuki was saying, though. If anything, Zakuro is the person who has had the least restraint out of anybody. And isn't it really funny, those scenes in the dream world where we were getting paranoid about Kagami in the early part, where it was as if she was going to kill us when she made that lunch for us, but we didn't accept it. Yeah, another indication of it being the dream world, can I just say? But, yeah. I think that's so funny. But, yeah, maybe she's just one of those ultra creeps, like that guy in Perfect Blue. But, yeah. Just because of the fact that she knows a lot about her because she wants to use her. Hey. Yes? I'll protect the world. How will you protect the world, though? What can you do? As if you'll protect Yuki's heart? Huh? Okay. Yeah. And that does make sense. It really, really does. Whatever Zakuro's going to do, she's going to try her hardest for Yuki to be alright. And I don't know why that is. Is that because she's a good person? Or is it just because... like, why does she want to help Yuki so much? Or is it because maybe she wants to respond to her about what she did to her in the last part? In the last chapter, she killed her. In the real world. But how does she retain that stance from the real world to the dream world? Because she did do it. Zakuro. Who are these people? They don't seem very nice at all. I don't think they're sex partners. I feel like they're more Well, I don't really know. I mean, they seem like very bad friends if they are friends. I mean, they look like they're reasonably the same age. They're not... They can't be parents. I don't know what these people could have in relation to her. What? What did she just say? I organised my thoughts. So that meant... One. Oh, God. Oh, God. What? I don't understand. But I don't understand why they're fighting to protect world peace. What? I guess? Is that correct? Oh my god. So that's your explanation. Yeah, but you told me they were a sex group as well. I suppose because they're a minority group, they have a lot of interest in world peace and stuff like that. Right? Yeah, sure, Yuki. We'll go with that. I didn't really want to get involved with them. Yeah, they didn't look nice at all. I wonder who they are. Oh, it's Tsukasa. Huh? Oh my god, that's hilarious. She actually has to remember who Tsukasa is. So, does that mean... I mean, obviously they see each other there. It looks like they're on friendly terms, judging by her face. But still, it's interesting just how much less close they are. Oh, one of the Wakatsuki sisters. The younger one, Tsukasa. I mean, these people really aren't that close, even though they're neighbours. Yuki, what are you here for? Your job? Well, I mean, no, she was there just to buy a CD from an English rock band. But I just find it really, really funny about everything regarding Zakuro. The fact that she's going to try and protect the world. She's going to try and protect the world from somebody who is potentially going to suffer. And also make it, well, I mean, anxiety is being absorbed by the sky. The words of anxiety, they are being absorbed. And I think that means that they are becoming part of the sky. So that's as if it's saying sadness is becoming a part of somebody's world. If you then use Takuji's analogy, maybe the sadness that is absorbed could be part of the limit of the world. Yuki, what are you here for? Your job? No, I'm not. Oh boy. I have work as well. Oh, that's Kagami. Oh god, Kagami is gonna be pissed. Just like she always is. Hang on a sec. Let me just get it. My feet are really hurting at the moment. I've got the rest of them on something. There we are. That's actually a lot better. Okay. What do you mean, Yuki? You have work today, don't you? Oh boy, Kagami. Oh, she sounded pissed. Good one. Who are you? There we are. There's the Kagami we know and love. What the hell? There's no way you can remember Tsukasa and not remember me. Oh my god, I love that. Where there's a will, there's a way. Besides, what's with all that attitude? As if it's ridiculous that anybody will ever forget a celeb like you. I like that. It's total jealousy. I love that the younger sister is more mature than the older one, even though they're twins and they're probably younger and older by a fraction of seconds or minutes. You grew up with us. There's no way you could remember the younger twin and then forget about the older one. Yep. Yeah, we've always been together since kindergarten. Really, has it been that long already?
それでユキバイトは
So Yuki, what about your job?
残念ながらバイトは一身上の都合で休業です
Yeah, sure thing. What, is it because of the fact that you were shaken about the fact that the Zakuro sex minority group who wanted to fight for world peace is targeting you? I mean, if you did realistically misinterpret it like that, sure. But my god, you are not on the right marks. But to be fair, it is a really good question. Who the fuck are those people? And why have we never ever heard anything about them? Unfortunately, I'm taking time off for personal reasons.
一身上の都合で休業なんてない
What? But what if... I don't know. Well, there are a lot of reasons that you should. That's like saying, I don't know, you've just lost your entire house. That's a personal reason. And yet, oh, I still expect you to do 5 to 11 p.m. You shouldn't take a day off work for personal What? I mean, what kind of logic is that?
つかさもういいからこれ以上話すとバカが映るから
I think that's so funny. I mean, I'm going to be honest, I feel like Tsukasa is definitely a friend of Yuki's, but I feel in the normal world, Kagami is someone who... I mean, she even... No. The only times Kagami tries to become a little bit more friendly with Tsukasa is any time in which we are in the dream world, so I do wonder what Kagami is usually like. How friendly is she? Is she always like this? Whatever, let it go, Tsukasa. At this rate, we're gonna catch the stupid from her.
そんなことないよ
That's not possible.
いやそれもあるかもしれない
No, it just might be.
つかさのバカさが映る
You called Tsukasa Oh boy. Yeah, I thought that was gonna happen. Ow.
つかさのことを悪く言うと殴るわよ
Damn. I'll hit you if you say anything bad about Tsukasa.
お姉ちゃん
I love that. I love how her sprite shook then. I thought that was such a funny detail. One-chan.
もう殴ってるし
Seriously, yeah, you should give me that warning before you hit me.
それで若月姉妹は何をやってるの
So what are the Wakatsuki sisters doing?
私たちは部活の帰りよあなたとは違うの
Oh yeah, funny that. Just totally pop at her, make fun of her. We're going home after our club activities, unlike you.
何が違うんですか同じ人間じゃないですか
What? What do you mean, unlike me? We're both human, aren't we?
誰があんたなんか人間と認めるか
I mean, I don't really understand what club activities and being a human have in relevance to each other, but yeah, okay. I love that. Well, says you, to be honest.
神
Oh yeah, that could be a good thing. Do I look more like a goddess?
つかさもう帰るわよ
She doesn't even answer, I love it. Tsukasa, let's go. Oh,
神は相変わらずツンとしてるね
Kagami's as grumpy as ever.
名前わかってるのに
So you did remember his name, her name even.
私ってツンデレだからさ
Wow, Matsundere.
あのねユキ人に意地悪する口実がツンデレとは言わないんだよ
Yeah, Yuki, you know, being a tsundere isn't an excuse for bullying somebody like that, but she was being equally as bad as well. I mean, two wrongs don't make a right, sure, but at the same time, she did kind of have it coming along, I think. I see.
お姉ちゃんにとってユキはずっと目標だったから
You've always been One-chan's role model.
だからもう少しユキもお姉ちゃんに優しくしてあげるといいと思う
I think this is so funny.
つかさが私に優しくしてくれるなら考えるかな
She always is, though. Maybe I'll think about it if you promise to be nice to me. Wait, Yuki.
ほらほら、司の胸ってこんなに柔らかいし。
What the fuck?
ダメ。下はダメ。冗談にならないってば。
What is she doing? She should really just go. Oh yeah, yeah. Hit her. She deserves that. What the fuck did she just do? Ow. Agreed. Yeah. Yeah, no, especially, I mean, why would you do that to Tsukasa even if Kagami wasn't there? But I suppose it's even more stupid just because of the fact that Kagami is going to absolutely kill you if you do something like that. Let's be honest here. Just how stupid are you?
嫌ね。
Oops.
司にいたずらすると鏡が戻ってくるかな。
Oh my god, that's hilarious. I mean, yeah, sure, but at the same time, this is just really, really sick. Is this normal? Here? Is this normal for them? It is interesting. Ironically, this Yuki is a lot more sexual than the one in Chapter 1, which is a bit bad. Yeah. For example, Zakuro just kissing Yuki out of the blue for no reason whatsoever. That's interesting because of the fact that I think her happiness is really in danger because of something. That's what I think. That's insane.
何よそれ。
What do you mean?
そうね。
Don't ask me.
また私をからかおうと。
Kagami really is the worst person to bully. I mean, my god, she will just fall for everything you do. If you want to get a reaction out of her, which let's be honest, I think Yuki is kind of being a dick here. Because she's doing anything just to get a reaction out of Kagami because she probably finds it funny. You're teasing me again.
そうかもしれませんね。
Oh god, yeah, maybe I am, maybe I'm not.
本当はみんなで一緒に帰るためだよね。
You just wanted to walk home together with us, right? Huh.
そうだよね、ユキ。
That's it, isn't it?
ほ、ほ
Yeah.
う。みんなで帰る？
Together? I mean, they are neighbours after all.
そうだよ。せっかく
いや
家が隣同士だし、昔はよく学校に一緒に行ってたじゃない。
I'm gonna get that they are all friends, but at the same time, to be honest, I do kind of forget, just after conversations like these, that Tsukasa and Yuki are actually friends. They have been childhood friends. They always have been friends, really. That's right, our houses are right next to each other after all. We used to walk to school together all the time.
昔でしょ。
Yeah, we used to.
でも今だっていいじゃない。
Yeah, but we could do it again if we wanted.
まあいいわ。最近あんまりユキと話してないし。
Well, alright. We haven't really seen Yuki all that much lately.
みんなで帰ろうよ。
It's gonna be a nightmare the second Yuki teases Kagami. Yeah, let's walk home together.
は
And isn't that really quite interesting because Zakuro, well, Yuki's never going to die if they walk home together. Is Zakuro going to die here though? Because I think she has more conscience about Yuki now. Walk home? I wasn't planning on heading back yet. Where were you going to go instead though? Because you've got your CD. Unlike everything that happened last time. Alright, let's go. Yeah, I went back the way I'd just come, rocking back and forth with the movement of the train. Oh yeah, I suppose it's my fault for getting up so late though. Yeah, reasonable, you don't really get much time. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, somebody's totally skipped school. Yeah, so I'm assuming that everything that is happening, well, everything that we've seen today, it's all on the same day. Wait, no, hang on a second. The train sequence, the monologue about the old man and everything that Yuki's saying about just... Oh yeah, that's interesting about what Zakuro says and Yuki, now that we've got all of the stuff about youth and how you could admire the days, but they're not going to be there forever. You could be... I mean, the more life progresses, you could just totally be within your childish ideals, but the world has changed so much around you. But, yeah, I'll just remind myself of a bit more of the scene. Oh, Takuji, yeah, we will see it. Yeah, being young forever, life really, really opening up. Yeah. And that's interesting when you tie that with what Zakuro was saying. I suppose it's my fault for getting up so late, though. Well, it's not a big deal. My only real goal was to go buy the CD. I didn't have anything else to do in particular, so there was no reason I couldn't go home. No reason at all. That said, my days off are short. Too short. Yeah, no, I see that. I mean, I think it's really quite funny because she literally has a part-time job. She's meant to be there now. It's not meant to be a day off. And also, it's funny to think about the fact that even though she's skipping school, she thinks it's too short. You have the entire day and yet it's too short. But to be fair, that's the city life for you. You can have an entire day and yet explore only a fraction of a place. Go to Soho for an entire day. You could probably explore the entire thing in, I don't know, 12 hours. I mean, it would take a serious amount of walking. Soho in London is so fucking cool. I love that place so much. Yeah, especially if you're at school. I think that's reasonable to say. And every other day is ridiculously long. My days off pass by in the blink of an eye. Yeah, same, man. It's not fair. Oh, wow. God, this is amazing. That not only is the train completely characterized by the sunset, but the window and all of the things we are seeing. It feels weird seeing it go the other way round, but also it's really cool just to see the sunset as well. I love that. I love the tint. The sun hung low in the sky. The sun doesn't change colours based on the day, but it does change based on time. Yeah, but I suppose, I mean, it's interesting what Yuki's feeling, as if the sky changing every day. I suppose it would really, really make life more fun, and it would make it more interesting as well, and it would make scenery more admirable, and also interesting what Takuji was saying. But yeah, I mean, it does change based on the time, and just see if I can find something. Yeah. It's interesting how easy Yuki opens up to somebody. Can I just mention that? But every day is just plain old boring. It's all the same, but the time of the day isn't. In terms of the sky. The sky slowly changed from blue to yellow and then eventually dyed the buildings. Oh, that's really cool. Purple. What a beautiful sun. I know, she's really got a good day. Just looking out at the unchanging scenery made my body feel utterly exhausted. So the sunset was a little invigorating. But maybe that's just because the sunlight was going directly into my eyes. Oh god, yeah, no, fair enough. Banishing my fatigue. The sunset was pretty, but it wasn't kind on the eye. No. It is if you have any polarizing sunglasses though, but still. I looked out the window as the scenery, which was beautiful and yet harsh on the eyes, flowed from right to left. Right to left. It flowed and flowed and flowed. And as the scenery flowed, the shades of purple amongst it continued to darken. Oh, yeah. This is going to be interesting to see other perspectives on Takuji. Because, I don't know, what's he like? Right, okay. Oh, fuck! Oh, no, you've got to be kidding me. I accidentally made it so that the audio was really quiet. Shit, I forgot to turn it up from the opening. Sorry. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, I don't care anyway. This looks really, really interesting. Hey, Yuki. Weren't you talking to someone earlier? Oh, yeah, Zakuro. Oh, yeah, I guess so. It's going to be interesting to see outside perspectives on Zakuro. Oh, yeah, I guess so.
隣のクラスの高島さんっていたじゃない？いきなり私に話しかけてきたんだわ。
It was Takashima-san from the class next over. She suddenly came and started talking to me.
高島さん？ユキって高島さんと面識あったの？
Well, no, this is the first time they've been talking, which is the even weirder thing. And that's probably her first kiss as well, which is the really, really funny thing. First kiss with somebody who you have been talking to for the first time. Takashima-san, I didn't know you two were acquaintances.
そんなわけないじゃん。私は若月姉妹みたいに社交的じゃないもの。
Yeah, fair enough. They do seem sociable, to be fair. Kagami, definitely. I don't know about Tsukasa. I feel like Tsukasa would be a person who could talk to people, but I don't feel like she'd be talking to loads of them. I feel like she'd just be in her circle of friends. But then again, she and Kagami still do after school clubs anyway, so I suppose that makes sense for them to be really quite sociable. We really aren't. I'm not as sociable as you two.
表面上うまく取り繕うような社交性は私たちよりはるかに上でしょうが。
Oh, that's interesting. No way. You're way better than either of us, at least when it comes to pushing people's buttons. What annoying people. Oh wow, she's still mad.
でも高島さんとなるべく仲良くしてもらえると嬉しいな。
But it would be nice if you could get along with Takashima-san.
それってどういうこと？
What do you mean?
なんかね。
It's kind of...
高島ザクロって子ね。隣のクラスでいじめられてるみたいなのよ。
Fucking hell. Yeah, no. So I'd assume those people, they're not fucking sex partners. No, they're bullies. And this is the thing, they're really, really bad bullies. I mean, some of the bullies aren't really that bad. Well, some bullies aren't that bad in school, but some of them are awful in school. But I think it's obvious that a bully is really bad if they're not only in school, but they're chasing you and they're following you outside of school as well. They're probably there with a complete lack of desire to be in her company, really. Yeah, that Zakuro girl seems to be getting bullied. God.
なんか一時期はいじめもなくなったって話だけど。
Jesus fucking Christ.
いじめが始まっているみたいで。
I just realised something, and I mean, if she is being bullied, which it would make sense, I mean, what the fuck happened for, you know, the first chapter to end? No, for the dream of the first chapter to start. I mean, why did it get so bad that she was considering, well, no, not that she was considering, that she did jump off the other side of the balcony? I heard it stop for a while, but it seems like it's starting to happen again.
彼女みたいな人にも優しくしてくれるかなって。
Yeah. No. You should be. Or at least you don't really have to be nice, but you have to listen to them out. And just listen to what they're saying, listen to their... Have a conversation with them, just make it so that they feel as if... Even if you don't want to be friends with them, just make them feel there's someone that's not going to be complete poisonous company that they can talk to, really. I just thought you were the type of person who'd be nice to someone like that.
そうか。もちろん必要以上に避けたりはないんだけど。でも、
Yeah.
私から積極的にっていうのはないかな。
I see, of course. I won't go out of my way to avoid her, but it's not like I'm going to hunt her down and make friends either. Oh yeah, you can't do that with a person that's being bullied. I mean, obviously a lot of people, if somebody realises that there's somebody who's really badly being bullied, they may just feel even worse if you try to become friends with them just out of pity for them being bullied.
ユキも高島さんは苦手なの？
Do you find it a bit hard to talk to her too?
私は人間全般が苦手だよ。人嫌いは昔からだし。
Yeah, fair enough. I find it a bit hard to talk to everyone. I hate people. I always have, really.
でも私たちとはこうやって話してくれる。
But no, I totally agree. And I feel like this as well, my god. I mean, You just have... No, because you talk to a lot of people, but you don't really think of the fact that you're doing that, and you kind of take the fact that you are talking to people for granted, really. So you are actually way better at socialising than you think. And it's not necessarily because she's bad at socialising, it's just because she has a lack of desire to as well, which I don't blame her. I'm kind of the same. But you're talking to us right now.
昔からそれこそ子供の時代から一緒じゃないあんたたちとは
It's because we've always been together since we were kids.
ユキは私たちのお兄ちゃんだった
Yeah, you were like our big brother. God, that must be so fun.
それいつ聞いてもひどいな
That breaks my heart. Every time I hear it.
だって昔はユキって髪の毛短かったしズボンしか履かないし
Did she sound joking here?
喧嘩で誰にも負けたことなかったしそれいつ聞いてもひどいな
Well, she doesn't necessarily sound too grief-stricken. If she sound grief-stricken at this, they could have potentially had a big brother that, I don't know, had something happen to him. God, I just feel so bad for Zakuro. I mean, it does kind of make sense. It's just horrible. I wonder what that fight she was having was before the end of the... No, before the end of her life in the first chapter. But your hair was so short back then, and you wore pants, and you never lost to anybody in a fight.
それはただ動きやすかっただけで
Oh, right. That's just because they were comfortable to wear.
言葉遣いだって男の子そのものだったじゃない
And you always talk like a boy too. God, that's really weird.
それは
That is
なんてい
weird.
うかな
I feel bad for her. That's... How should I put it?
大体女の子が習い事で武道なんてやらないし少なくとも私たちがあなたがある日突然スカートが履いてきた時まで男だと思ってた
What kind of girl practices martial arts? Bruh, is that even a question? Ushidomiya ever? That's the type of girl that does. Practices martial arts. Until the day you suddenly started wearing a skirt, we always thought you were a boy. I mean, that's hilarious. Couldn't you tell by the voice of Yuki?
いつも私たちを守ってくれる王子様が実はお姫様なんて
God, that's insane.
複雑な心境だった
Yeah, I wasn't really sure how to react when I found out the dashing prince that always rescued us was actually a princess. But I'm just surprised that it's that hard to
そ
tell.
んなこと言われましてもまさかそんな風に思われてたなんてずっと知らなかったから
You say that like it was obvious. I never even realised you thought I was a boy.
あなたが知らなくても
Go.
私たちにとってあなたは王子様だった喧嘩だけじゃなくてスポーツも勉強も万能で
Yeah, even if you didn't know it, you were a prince to us. Not just in fights either. You're really good at sports and you're smart too. Yeah, no, I don't disagree that she's smart, but... Yeah, I mean, I didn't realise she was good at sports. If anything, just judging by her hate of people and hate of people around her, and just the lack of desire to talk to people and just, well, the will to be either with the people you really, really like or just be on your own. I can totally see that. I get that as well. I get that quite a lot, actually. But, yeah. Yeah.
まったく今のあなたを見る限りその時の私の気持ちを返してほしいぐらいだわ
Oh god. Oh my god, that's hilarious because obviously these were all of the things that Yuki was when she was younger, but now obviously she has definitely deviated from all of those. I mean, I still think she is definitely smart. I don't know about being good at sports. That feels a bit contradictory, but yeah, my god, that's hilarious.
私の気持ち何それ
Oh god, you said too much. Your feelings? What do you mean?
なんでもないわよ男だと思ったからいろいろと気を使ったということよ
I just find it really quite funny to think about how absurdly loud Kagami is. I mean, seriously, if you were around this person, you would have to wear headphones just because of how much she well, let's say how many decibels she emits. Nothing. I'm just saying, I thought you were a boy at the time, so I acted differently around. That's hilarious. Oh my god, I wonder how upset she must have been when obviously... Yeah, the reveal happened. Don't remember anything like that. You never noticed it then.
そんなの知らないわよ。私は私なりに気を使ったのよ。そのぐらい察しなさいよ。
Who cares about you, what you think? I did my best. Why can't you at least notice something like that? Okay. Oh? That was sudden? Is it July the 13th now? That was a really, really long pause. What the fuck? I've never seen a pause that long in Subarashiki Hibi before, I don't think. I love that Kagami just so obviously said too much then. Takashima Zakuro, the weirdest part of today. I didn't know her very well, but she always seemed like a really lonely... Yeah... It's actually really quite interesting. I mean, I do kind of see that, especially in how she talks. She always seems like somebody who's very, very humble and very... But the only thing is, even though... Hang on a second. Even though the fact that she's getting bullied, she has such a dependence on us. It's as if she has known us from before, which... And I mean, I just don't really understand why she would be so knowledgeable about us. So, you've got to make the question of, is she real or is she fantasy? But I don't know, it just doesn't really logically follow if she is fantasy. But at the same time, there are a few things that are irregular if she is real, so I don't know. Yeah, I didn't know her very well, but she always seems like a really lonely person. And you could totally tell that, and just the way she talks, and maybe with Yuki, just the way she latches on any hope of maybe meeting a nice person. Yeah, I definitely remembered her being ignored by people in the past. Maybe you could call that bullying. Yeah, I see that. All this thinking was making me tired.
Hola, Yuki. 降りるわよ.
Uh-oh. Yeah, no, I can see why it would make her feel tired. I mean, she's had quite a big day. I mean, to be fair, she's been outside all day. She's been on her feet all day. I can see why she'd be tired. But I suppose she also just wants to kind of dodge responsibility a bit, which, I mean, it does kind of surprise me, but it doesn't at the same time, because obviously look at how many times, I don't know, she dodges school, for example. That's a responsibility that she has. Hey, Yuki, we're getting off. Hey. She's so obviously asleep. They should have teased her. She's still snoozing. Come on. Yeah, sure. Here we are. We almost missed our stop. Oh my god. I can't imagine how mad Kagami would be, or just anybody like Kagami would be if that happened. We almost missed our stop. Yeah, I didn't even realise that I was so sleepy. I love how cozy this background here looks in the night, by the way. Can I just say, it looks amazing. Oh, I didn't even realise that I was slow sleepy. That's what I was seriously about to say. I didn't even realise that I was so sleepy. Hanging over the railing. Oh my god. Yeah, reasonable. I don't know how you can sleep like that. Hanging over the railing. Sleeping is my specialty. Yeah, so is skipping school. That makes sense. Good point. Genuine good point. Why are you so proud of that? Yeah, if anything, you would have thought that the more you sleep, the less you get of your life. But at the same time, I mean, I suppose if you sleep more, there's a potential higher chance that you're going to be healthier. Maybe a higher life expectancy. Why are you so proud of that?
最近疲れてるのか知らない間に寝てるんだよねこうスーって意識がなくなって時間が飛んでる感じ
No, I can kind of see that. I do that whenever in nighttime I'm reading Subarashiki Hibi or just any other visual novel. I just read it, I upload it to YouTube, and then crash. Daniel.exe has stopped working. Like, seriously, I get so fucking tired. But to be fair, my time to sleep is on the bus. I don't sleep. I don't often sleep here. Anywhere else. Yeah, I've been really tired lately. I fall asleep all the time. Yeah. Same, honestly. I've been doing that more and more as well, but it's just because my days have been getting a bit more tricky. So as a result of that, they just require me to physically and mentally exert myself a bit more. Which, I'm going to be honest, I mean, remember what Yuki was saying about the transition and the peaceful days where you can live, just do your constant routine and everything being the same? It's kind of like that with me, but the only thing is I just hate that it's got so much more difficult sometimes. But at the same time, I mean, it is worth it. It will be worth it, but still, it's just annoying how difficult it becomes sometimes, just because of how much more difficult life becomes the more you age, really. I've been really tired lately. I fall asleep all the time. Just like that, my brain shuts off. It's like time is flying by. Of course it is. Yeah.
あんたほど時は跳ねなりって言葉
I
が
love
とても
that.
珍しいわね
Holy fuck. Kagami in a roasting battle, she would do so well. They say time is money, but I've never met anybody who values their money less than you.
なんか知らない間にすっかり日も暮れてるしね
Completely ignored Kagami's statement. Love it. The sun already set before I knew it.
そんなことよりもそろそろ夏休みだね
Anyway, it's going to be summer pretty soon. Really? Are you sure nothing's going to happen? Especially with a certain person called Mamiya Takuji? Anyway, it's going to be summer pretty soon.
そうか期末試験終わったんだから夏休みか
I see. Finals are over, so we get a vacation soon.
夏休みの予定は
Do you have any plans for the summer?
寝るだけでしょ
Nothing but sleeping, I'm sure.
そんなこともないよいろいろとやることは多い
What does she do? That's not true. I have lots of things to do over the summer.
あら何するのよ
Like what?
起きたり朝食いただいたり歯磨いたり顔を洗ったりお茶飲んだり夏休みはもうそれこそやることだらけ
Fair enough. I mean, you'll do these a lot of times during the summer holidays. Waking up, eating breakfast, brushing my teeth, washing my face, drinking tea, and so on. There are plenty of stuff. There's plenty of stuff to do in the summer. So true.
その後よ起きてご飯食べて歯磨いて顔洗ってそんで
Yeah, good question. I mean, after that, what are you going to do after you get up, eat, brush your teeth, and wash your face?
どうしようもう一度寝ようかしら
What's the point of eating then? I wonder, maybe I'll go back to sleep.
本当にそんなのなのね
Seriously, meet up with them, have some fun, go out to the city. I would so love to I would so love to live near the city just because of the fact that you could always go out with your friends just to the city. I mean, that would be amazing. That really would be, but sadly I don't have that. Oh, cool. So I was right all along. What about you?
私は夏期講習よさすがにいつまで
Oh, I feel
も
bad.
部活に顔出せないもの
That's awful. I'm taking classes over the summer, so I won't be able to spend as much time with my club.
そんなもんですかね
Yeah, no, it doesn't surprise me either. Why am I not surprised?
あんたこそ少しは勉強しているの
Of course she wouldn't. How about you? Are you planning on studying?
少しも
Not even a little.
昔は才女と言われてたのに
We used to call you a genius.
20歳過ぎればただの人と言うじゃない
I love that. Well, maybe she's going to entirely turn her life around. Who knows? They say geniuses are just normal people after the age 20.
ならまた頑張りなさいよ。
Oh wait, no, I misread that. yeah, no, I love that. Then what's your excuse?
善処します。
I'm doing my best. You could do so much more than your best. Oh my god, I would so love just to, I mean, I get that it would completely undermine the serious narrative, but just use Takuji's analysis of the limits of the skies and just everything in that conversation, in that internal monologue we saw at the beginning of the VN of chapter 2. Just use that to really take this out of context and maybe use that logic to somehow defy Kagami. I'm doing my best.
何がおかしいのかな。
What's so funny?
いやね、なんかさ、なんかこうやってみんなで歩くの久しぶりだなって。
Nothing. I was just thinking that it's been a while since we've been together like this. No, I know, it is really quite fun. Has it?
あの頃は私もお姉ち
Oh
ゃんも
my
ユ
god.
キは男の子だと思ってたんだよね。
Back then we thought you were a boy.
その話はもういいでしょ。
Enough of that.
髪の毛短かったしズボンだったし、あと貧乳でしたからね。
Oh god.
当たり前でしょ。小学生から貧乳なわけないでしょ。
Well, that was out of the blue, but okay.
あの頃ってユキってすごく喧嘩強くて、お姉ちゃんと私を守ってくれた。
Back then you were really strong. You protected me and One-chan.
暴力だけが取り柄でした。
I love that. Violence is my only redeeming feature.
勉強だってできたわ。
Oh
クラ
damn.
スどころか学年でも多分学区内だって一番だった。
Holy fuck, she fell off. That's insane. But to be fair, that's the thing about studying. You've always got to push it out throughout a consistent period of time. You can't just be good at one. You can't just be good in your childhood and then just think, oh wow, that's everything studying related over. Like, even if you are a ridiculously clever person and you're great, you were the best student in the class. Actually, probably the best in the entire
だ
ward.
からさ、子供の時少し頭がいいだけの子って多いから
But
さ。
yeah, that is reasonable, yeah. Like I said, plenty of people were smart when they're young.
あんたがサボっただけじゃない。
God, her parents must have been so pissed off at that. It's just that you started skipping.
お姉ちゃん、
One-chan,
どんな理由があるにしても。
no matter what reason there was.
そうだね。
Yeah, I wonder if Kagami's just a little bit jealous of her because, I mean, she could have been that smart, but she probably wasn't as smart as Yuki. I mean, of course she wasn't, but yeah, she's just thinking, I try so hard and yet I will never be as good as how Yuki could potentially be if she tried really hard. You're right.
でもいいじゃん。それは本人が困ることだしさ。私がダメになったって別に鏡が怒ることじゃない。
She's not stupid. There's more to intelligence than academic ability. Let's be honest here. But who cares? There's something for me to worry. That's something for me to worry about. It's not like you ought to be upset just because I got stupid.
当たり前じゃない。私が怒ることなんて何もない。
She is so sudden in terms of how mad she gets sometimes. Of course not. Of course I don't care. Not at all.
ただあんたみたいにダラダラ生きてるのは見てて不愉快だわ。
Yeah, no, I do see that. It's just unpleasant watching you waste away your life.
そんな殺生な。世の中にはいろいろな人間がいて当たり前でね。それにいちいち不愉快だって
I mean, that is fair, but at the same time, you have the opportunity to study and potentially get a good position and a good job where you're not going to have to be working shitty hospitality hours or just really long hours and low pay. But she's not taking it. Like, I mean, I get that her life's fun now, but it might be a lot harder in the future just because of her not wanting to do any schoolwork. But I'm sure she can get by, but still. I don't know, I just can't really imagine. Yeah, but that is reasonable.
いろいろな人のことなんて言ってないわよ。あんたが不愉快なだけよ。
No, but the only thing is, I do get what Yuki's saying, because if you take offense to Yuki and you just find it a little bit sad to think about the fact that Yuki is, just wasting her time when she could be productively studying. Let's be honest, she's probably skipped so many lessons that I get that she's clever, but how much is she necessarily going to be able to gain from studying just because of how much she skipped beforehand? That's my question. Yeah, but if you think it's unpleasant to watch Yuki, how are you going to be able to cope with anybody who doesn't remotely match your expectations? I mean, you won't. I'm not talking about all the people in the world. I'm saying it's unpleasant watching you. お姉ちゃん。
そうだ。
Oh, I got it.
明日も一緒にみんなで学校行こうよ。
Oh, that's actually really funny. Encourage Yuki to be there. Tomorrow, let's all walk to school together.
なんでそこでそうだになるの？
What do you mean I got it?
だってこうやって久しぶりにみんな一緒なんだからさ。
But God, no. They really haven't been together for a long time. I mean, they probably haven't been together and walking to school for years, even though they still have known each other. But still, I think that's hilarious. They really are reconnecting together just on the final days of the school year as well. It's because we haven't been together like this in a long time.
そこからなぜ明日一緒に学校に行くことになる？
And why exactly does that mean we have to walk to school together?
それにユキって最近学校サボりがちでしょ？
Yeah, fair. Plus, you've been skipping a lot lately, Yuki.
って聞いてないし。そんなサボってないよ。
It's not what I'm asking, and I'm not skipping. Okay, what are you doing then?
サボってるよ。
You are.
あれはね、ちゃんと遅刻と休む日数を計算して授業を落とさないように休んでいるのだよ。
Well, you see, I've just calculated how many days I can take off, or be late without flunking. Well, what is flunking? I've never heard of that before. Dude, fuck off. Oh my god, come on. Oh, this shit pisses me off. Dude, fuck off. Oh, right. Flunking is another way of saying to fail, basically. Oh, that's hilarious. But the only thing is, how do you necessarily know what's going to be covered in each class? You don't. What if some days are really beneficial, yet others are completely pointless? Your calculations could be off. You can't gamble on your calculations. Well, you see, I've just calculated how many days I can take off or be late without flunking.
あれって遅刻3回で休み1回なんだっけ？
3 tardies is 1 absent, right?
そうそう。さらに言うと4分の1休むと試験内容に関わらずその授業の単位は落とすことになるわけよ。
God, that's insane. And if you skip more than 1 in 4 classes, you won't get credit regardless of your exam grade. That's ridiculous. So you could have the best grade, but if you skipped more than 1 of the 4 classes, I'd assume when she says 4 classes, she probably does 4 subjects, but I don't know. God, that's nuts.
そうなんだ。
They really do encourage punctuality there, my God. I mean, you have to be so punctual that if you're not, well, yeah, you're not going to get an exam score. That's ridiculous.
でもね、実は4分の1以下の休みの場合は試験に影響を与えないわけなんだな。
Yeah, no, I see that. But if you don't skip more than 1/4 of your classes, it has no effect on your grade whatsoever. What, apart from really decreasing it? Because obviously obviously reducing your chances of passing as well, because yeah, you won't be able to learn much from teachers. It's just, to be honest, you're just going to be relying on yourself. That's really interesting.
そうなんだ。
Oh, I see.
何こいつの言うことに感心してるのよ。
Fair. Hey, you shouldn't be impressed by that.
いや、そうなんだなーと感心しちゃって。
It's just that she's right, you know?
そんな話を細かく知ってるのは
Reasonable, yeah.
大体授業を落としてダブる危険がある人間だけなんだからさ。
Kagami knows about this rule. Is she gonna fail? No, I don't think she would. The people who know about that rule are more likely to fail, though.
そんなでもないよ
Seriously, Kagami knows. Kagami knows what's best. Not at all.
うるさいとりあえず何が何でも休もうとするな
God, shut up. Anyway, don't even think about skipping tomorrow. Wow. Well, she was definitely forcibly saying that. I love how terrifying their houses look. Can I just mention that? See you, Yuki. I wonder if her parents are going to be here today. Oh yeah, they're definitely not staying over. Sure.
明日は一緒に行こうね
Let's walk together. Okay. Tomorrow.
でも多分私は寝てるが
Let's be honest, that's probably likely. Well, you won't be sleeping because of this person.
起こしに行くよ
Yeah! I love that. I love her face. We'll come and wake you up.
そうね覚悟しなさいよ
That's right, prepare yourself.
質問なんだけどなんで起こしに来るだけなのに覚悟とか必要になるのかな
Headphones. She'll probably scream in your ears or something like that. Just a question, why would I need to prepare myself for being woken up?
そりゃもうね
Demon laugh right there.
え来んな
Stay away from me.
そんなの冗談だよねお姉ちゃん
That's a joke, right, One-chan? Is it?
そうね冗談なんじゃないかしらね
Dunno, maybe it is a joke. Yeah, it depends. Worst case scenario, you get Kagami literally screaming at you to wake up. Even though, and I don't know, maybe Yuki's parents, well, somehow Kagami has made it so that she can break and enter, or maybe she is teleported in there, or she has just somehow got in the house with, I don't know, any means possible. Yeah, I don't know. And then she screams at Yuki to wake up. Or perhaps, maybe it's the case that Yuki is going to have her parents let Kagami in and then shit's going to go down. I don't know, maybe it is a joke though.
なんでそんな含み笑いする
What are you implying?
さてさて今日は
Here we go for today. Oh, I took out the CD I bought. I bought a rock CD today. Oh my god, yeah, I really like the really quite upbeat music here. Is it folk? Maybe it is a joke, maybe it's not a joke. I'm really surprised this doesn't have vocals if I'm going to be honest. I bought a rock CD today. Rock. But this is an album by that band that led the British pop movement years and years ago. Oh damn, I have no idea what that is. So it's not rock, but pop music. Well, I suppose it's only something that you'll know when you first listen to it. What's the difference between rock and pop? I don't know, one has guitars, one doesn't. I really don't listen to these genres. With my mind full of questions, I put the CD into the player and closed it.
あれ
Huh?
なんだこの CD
What's up with this CD? The music that came from the CD player wasn't rock or Britpop, it was...
アニメソングだ
It's anime music! Oh my god. She really needs to check it. She really needs to have a check on what she's buying. It's anime music. Oh. You buy it, and now you are checking it. Jesus Christ. I think she really needs to go to school if she's making mistakes like this. Fucking hell. Oh my god, why would you spend your money before even looking at what... Okay, to be fair, maybe it looks like what she was looking for, to be fair. But still, though, I checked the CD. Written there was... Is that name a voice actress? Oh. Why did I buy this? Seriously, yeah. So she definitely doesn't listen to anime-related stuff.
人気声優ファーストアルバム
The first album from the popular actress. What? They switched my bag with someone else's. So she isn't dumb. But hang on a second, I don't understand. How are you just telling that now? Or maybe that is Yuki's paranoia acting up. I mean, the only part that I would think that's remotely reasonable is with the bullies, but I think she would have made more of a fuss. I mean, you would notice if your bag's been switched. Maybe this is some sort of prank Kagami and Tsukasa have done. It doesn't seem like something they do, though. It just seems a little bit... They seem like they have too much of a moral compass to do something like that.
Yeah.
Or maybe you're just a bit stupid. I'm sorry, but you would have noticed by now if you've accidentally got somebody else's bag. But what if it looks exactly the same as yours, to be fair? Or maybe... Seriously? Is this one of Kagami's pranks? I won't forgive her. Yeah, she should. I love that. I ran to the phone and yelled at Kagami, but she ripped my ear off in return. Oh, it sounded like she wasn't involved. Oh god, I feel bad. She's probably been really told off for something she hasn't done. My rock CD. God, I wonder what happened to it. Like, genuinely, I really do wonder if that's significant. Oh god, alarm clock time. Right. I think what I'll do is I'll create a new save slot. Oh yeah, look at that. Look, it's down the rabbit hole. Down the rabbit hole 2. Second chapter. Yeah, my god, that's hilarious. So today was actually really quite interesting. I thought that was a really quite nice introduction to everything that was going to potentially happen in chapter 2. Oh my god, I'm really, really excited to see more on Takuji. This next day is going to be really, really fun as well, just to see what the hell happens with what happens with Kagami and Yuki as well, and whatever Kagami is going to do, and also what's going to happen about the rock CD as well. I find it really funny to think about the fact that the one possibility of Yuki potentially just being really stupid and accidentally misinterpreting anime CD for a rock CD. A name of a voice actress though. It's a Japanese voice actress. I don't know how that happened, but maybe there's something fishy going on. I don't know. But anyway, I think today we've really, really experienced a lot of interesting stuff. I mean, mainly the stuff between, oh my god, the really, really odd stuff about Zakuro. You know, learning about the fact that she's bullied and she probably has a really quite hard life as well. It's odd. Whoever those people were, I think they are up to no good. They really, really aren't. Because, I mean, well, we had the proof. Why did the entirety of the first chapter start last time? But the only thing is, what I find really, really weird as well is the fact that Zakuro has such a desire to meet us, and she's so... Oh, wait, no, hang on a second. So, I really do wonder if this Zakuro, now thinking about the fact that she's bullied, is she really, really happy to meet us because of the fact that she's known us from before, or is it because of the fact that she's being bullied and she just latches onto anybody she wants to know? And but the only thing is, she opens up so much. Yeah, so as a result of that, she's really vulnerable to any targets. I just want to really look at that again, because I don't know if everything with Zakuro was actually because of the fact that it was... So... So Zakuro just being really odd as usual. Yeah, but no, if you ask me, I feel like... No, but I knew you very well. I don't really understand why she knew us very well. That's what she said. I'm just looking back on the scene. But what's really unusual about all of this is... it's just the fact that... yeah, but I don't really understand why she kisses us as well. I mean, I think it would be reasonable to think about the fact that she's a bullied person latching on to anybody nice that she can find who isn't the bullies and who is in secret really, really upset with, you know, everything that's going on in their life, which is awful. I mean, it's just really, really odd. I don't get it much, but yeah, see what happens, I suppose. I really do wonder. So, yeah, see you guys. Hope you enjoyed this, and, yeah, I'm really excited for this chapter, actually. I want to learn more about Takuji and, just in general. I'm just really interested in how this is going to differ from chapter 1. So, yeah, see ya.